Let's say you get your reads back from your sequencer and you just want to sanity check that it was a pure sample, that it is what you think it is. Well, Patrick has a service that can help you with that. It's called Similar Genome Finder. To locate it, click on the Services tab, open that up, and click on Similar Genome Finder. This will take you to the landing page for that service. Similar Genome Finder runs on MASH min-hash. It's not a program we developed at Patrick, but it's one a lot of biologists are using. This is the publication on it. And basically what it does is it takes large data sets and sequence sets and reduces them to small representative sketches. And you can estimate the global distances pretty rapidly. If you want to learn more about the program, you can look at it here. We like it in Patrick. It's really fast for this. So in other videos, we've shown you how to look up individual genomes or fasta files. This time we're going to look at a fastq file. So I've got some that can be used here. So I'm going to go to this folder and I'm going to look within a workspace that we have in Patrick. So I'm going to click on public workspaces from up here. So I'm going outside of my private workspace to ones we have in Patrick for public. And this is one we use at the Patrick workshop. So I'll click on that. And there's some reads I like in assembly and in this particular folder. And here's a very nice fastq file. And you can see the size of it and when we put it in here. So I'll click OK. We may have to wait a minute. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky for loading. Let's click on it again. Okay. And you can choose the number of hits that you want, the p-value threshold. Now, it's important when you're using genomes or fasta files, you can mess around and be more stringent with the p-value threshold and also with the distance. But when you're using reads, remember that reads are small and the chances of them covering all of these k-mers is not as great. So don't mess with that. Just leave it at the lowest settings for both of these when you're using reads. And then you can say, do I want to look at the NCBI reference and representative genomes, or do I want to look at all public genomes? I'm just going to choose all public genomes here. So it's searching across all of Patrick. Then you hit search. Sometimes when you're looking at fastq reads, this can take a while. Similar Genome Finder launches the job on the fly on this page. If you close the page down, you'll kill the job. Unlike other services like assembly or annotation or taxonomic classification, variation, a myriad of services that we have, where you launch the job, you can go away from it and you can monitor it on your jobs page. So we're going to have to wait and watch the spinning blue wheel for a while until it returns. Generally, it's slower with the reads than it is with the contigs and the genomes because the files are bigger. Generally, read files are pretty big. So it returns a table, and if we set limited for 50 hits, it says there are 51. I imagine it's counting the first row too. So it tells you it goes from closest relative to least close relative. And so it shows you the name, the genome status, the contigs, the ISO. We bring in other metadata when we can find it. This particular genome was isolated in the United States from a human collected in 2016. Now, if you're used to looking at the genomes and the contigs, you're going to look at these values, the distance and the p-value and the k-mer counts especially, and you're going to go, oh no, this is terrible. 71 k-mers out of 1,000, but remember it's reads, it's okay. It should be less because reads don't have the combined coverage that the contigs do. And then if I wanted to select either one or all of these genomes, there are a number of things I could do from that. I could download them, I could go to the genome view, or I could create a group of that, or I could even copy it and move it someplace. And you can also download the table here. This particular download will give you access either to the table in text or comma separated value, or you could get a number of other different combinations of the data using this. So that's the Similar Genome Finder. We've shown you how to look up by genome name using config files and now read files. Thanks for watching. Bye.